Well guys, concrete truck is rolled in, pump truck is in place. Let's pour some oils. All right guys, we'll kind of walk you through this one side by side. We got some new guys here, we're kind of training, but we're going to start there in that corner and come across all these windows and transitions and head on down around here. We'll kind of do our normal, we'll do 3 laps on this. Going to pour up about block and a half, 2 blocks high on the first one. Kind of keep monitoring and maintaining everything. Let's do it. Get right in here somewhere, you'll tell him to move on.
Right in here, he said?
Yeah. There's a lot of water.
Yeah. There's a lot of water.
Yep, go! Make sure you clean it off, there you go. Yep, make sure you clean it off where it's down tight. Basically catch you guys up to speed there. As we got that concrete working underneath the bottoms, we come back and just screw a board and cap those off right there to keep it from pushing anymore.
Make sure there's a gap where the concrete will still float when we come back through. It's all the way up, or there's a gap right there.
Kind of working our way on around the corner now.
Good thing man behind the scenes this year. You'll see over the wall.
He's in safety training today. Is it?
Yeah.
Good. It's the second and third time around, you gotta watch it. It's the second and third time around, you really gotta watch it.
I figured the second would be tougher.
Yeah. Let's peek outside here, make sure everything's looking good. That's not supposed to be in there.
Yep.
Get up there. Yeah. Gotta make sure that's full. Take a trowel and pull it out in there. Pull some of that down here, Robbie. All right. Yep. Let me have the shovel over here. You want to drop down and get that while you're here? Yeah. Now lower that down the outside of the wall. We'll get the center of this window while we're switching trucks. We'll get the center of this window while we're switching trucks. Yeah, go down the outside.
Right over here. We're gonna hit this center hole. Go ahead, John.
You got it? Yep. All right, we just ran one truck out, so while they're switching trucks, we're gonna fill up the center of that bottom. I'm gonna go over here. I wanna vibrate the tops of these window bucks really well because they dribbled a little bit of concrete up there and we got a bunch of rebar up there. I wanna make sure we got good consolidation around that rebar on the top of these windows. We don't end up with any issues. We just wait for the next truck. All right, truck two's a ride. We ready?
Ready as will ever be.
Robbie, take your trowel and pull some of that back. Got enough? Yeah. Up! Go! 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 Robbie, don't keep digging it off. Take the board and set on top of it. No, 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 no. Just set that there and it'll quit.
Bring yes.
And let it set up. Just run a screw down through there. Just screw the board on it. May let him go up a little higher. Let him go up a little higher there so we'll get some pushed over. Leave the middle one off. All right, tell him to move. Go ahead and screw that one that way. Taking you guys along as we pour so you can kind of see what we do and kind of what our process is. Sometimes it's hard to explain, you just got to see it in action. Well, a little bit too much concrete pushed out that bottom window, so instead of wasting it, we'll get it in the bottom of this one. Left that center hole open there. All right, guys, we pretty much made our first lap around, getting ready to start in on our second lap. This one here is probably the one I'm most worried about possibly having a blowout. We're going to try to get to about the top of those doors and windows, so we'll just kind of go down through here nice and easy and see where we go. You might be able to see it now, Matt. Need to get about to your feet or a little higher.
3 blocks high now. Get right here. There we go. That's good right there, man. All the way up. Should be able to stick now, though.
Should be getting close. Now on this pass here, we'll let him go on past the windows and we'll come behind and vibrate. We don't need to be right on top.
Go, right there.
Yep, move
We're
on.
gonna skip another 3 feet. Go. Keep going, right there.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, I was right there at the thing. Got it in there? Yeah. Working? Yeah.
Take your shovel and clean that up.
Ain't that right there?
Go ahead and screw those down. I think I can vibrate it underneath there.
This is trust factor.
Go on, go on, go on.
Robbie, get them a screw on that right-hand corner. Out. Keep going. Keep going.
On the outside too, straight across.
Keep going. Lower end corner.
All right, guys, we threw a couple extra pieces of strapping on right here. The top of that window was just trying to bow out a little bit, trying to catch it before it was much of a problem, and we're back on the road. Robbie, you want to grab that? Stay up with that flat shovel, keep them cleaned up behind us.
I got you.
We are back on the move now. That did anything to that, Mac? Can you see it?
Huh?
Everybody hit that with the vibrators to get it around that rebar real good?
Yes. Sucks it right around it, actually.
That's what we want.
Go.
You ready?
Go.
All right, that is truck number 2 empty. So what we're gonna do at this point is we're gonna go back and just check our wall alignment, kind of eyeball our braces, make sure we don't have anything going crazy or stupid. And we'll wait for truck 3 to roll in. All right, guys, we got an issue down here in the basement, as you can well see. Whenever they put the beam in there, we got concrete coming out from around the beam right there. I'm not for sure exactly how we're gonna fix that. We'll have to sort that out here. So we'll see what we got going on.
Come on back to this corner. We're going to top it off to that corner, and then we're going to stop.
All right, guys, round 2 was a little bit of excitement over there. Hopefully our patch holds. Going around on round 3.
All the way.
You full?
All the way full. Oh, all right.
All right, hold on. Let me vibrate that before you go through. That settled a little bit.
Huh?
That settled a little bit.
You want me to get up here and do that? I can handle both, I think. We want to get them plates ready.
Is that going down around that rebar good, Matt? All right, guys, we stopped the pump truck right over there because I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves wet setting these plates. These are actually the plates the trusses will set down in. Matt's just setting them in there on our layout. And while he's doing that, I'm actually going to go through and check alignment on this wall. That way we can get it close, and all we got to do is fine tune it later. We're not really chasing it, so let's do it. All right, the last concrete truck has rolled in. They are topped off to right there. We got the first round of adjustments on these. Getting ready to do the second round over to there. We're gonna work our way on around here. And woo, it's been an exciting one. It's been a fun one, boys and girls. It's been a fun one. Well, guys, we are topped off. Insert plates are all in. This is kind of what those little half moves look like after the poured there. We actually leave this concrete sit on the board. If you don't scrape it off now, you can bust it off later, and you can get to the screw holes. Getting to the screw holes is kind of handy, believe it or not. But basically all the walls are on the string. Hunter's making a lap around with the trowel. He's just kind of going in between, making sure it's kind of got a little bit hectic there, to be honest with you. This concrete actually had to travel an hour and a half to get here. Then we had an issue. Now the sun's coming out. So that's why we did these walls in stages, to kind of manipulate them and get them close, so we didn't have a big issue at the end. And we just kind of got to do what you got to do. It's kind of part of it. Now, I want to point out the blowout we had over there is 100% not the form's fault. That's the installer's fault, and the installer's me. Now, the only excuse I can make for ourselves is the block that blew out, we did not actually stack, but we did stack on top of it, and we should have checked it. There was absolutely no way to see that because there was a 4-joist flat up against it, and then the beam stopped short of the wall. That's what the issue is. So in those situations, you can't place blame on anybody. You just got to jump in, do what you got to do to fix it and make it right. So that's what we did. Walls topped off. Walls are looking straight, man. They are looking good, looking real good. So that's the main thing, is the finished product, I believe, is going to be a-okay. So when we align these walls, we kind of do the 3-pass method. The first and foremost is the string, and then you got to do the eyeball test from left and right, because the eyeball will tell you. The string will get you right on the braces, but whenever you have a bunch of doors and windows and what we call penetrations in the wall, it's always nice to do the eyeball check and kind of check between them. That's one of the main reasons why we run those stiff backs, is it really prevents a lot of that waviness between the braces. So, man, oh man, it is a beautiful day. Walls are turning out absolutely amazing. It's just gonna be a good day.
All right, Mike's gonna run down through there at each of the studs and do that last final adjustment on this wall. We have got this sucker, I mean, it isn't gonna take much. It is right so close. You guys can kind of see down there just beyond Mike, there's a little bit of a spot there that might need to come in just a shade, but other than that, yep, that's the one right there. See if we can see that. See that wall bump in there? That looks good to there, Mike, real good. While we're videoing, obviously, we don't want to touch that string because that's the all important string. I think that looks pretty good.
It does look good. We poured that wall.
We poured that wall. When I say we, I mean we all poured that wall.
All right, guys, everything on the top side looks good. The last thing we got to do is we'll come back and pull off our boards there on the bottom of the windows and kind of get those schmoozed off and make sure everything is full. I want to explain to you a little bit more about this blowout here. This is what we had to do on the top side to fix this. What normally would have happened is this block should have been filled with concrete, and that beam should have went on back in the wall. He had his beam pocket the wrong size, so the beam ended up stopping short of the wall, and this block ended up not having concrete in it. So we ended up kind of having two different issues here. Let me hop down to the basement and kind of show you from down there. All right, guys, down the basement here. Hopefully you can kind of see what's going on, but he ended up abandoning his beam pocket and putting these posts in, and there was no way for us to even see back in there to really see what was going on. The only way we could have known that was going to be an issue was actually poke down the block from up above. There was a thin layer of foam across there. Once we got concrete in there, it blew that thin layer of foam out, and that's how we ended up with about 1.5 yards here in the basement. This side over here, after we had issues on one side, we obviously double checked the other side over here, and this one here, the concrete was poured up over the beam pocket, and the beam is actually back in the pocket. So not an issue there. It's just one of those, it kind of is what it is. You kind of got to be prepared for it. Luckily, I'm pretty fortunate we had a good crew, and we were able to have the tools and everything we needed here handy. Basically had to cut a section of the floor out, got some plywood around there to seal up around the beam, and on we went, folks, on we went. Well, sir, I think we got her.
I agree.
It was not without some excitement.
Yeah.
And I'll apologize in advance for the holes in your floor.
Hey, it happens. We got the problems fixed.
But the good news is the concrete's in the wall, so
yes.
I think we'll be back tomorrow to tear down everything, and I think you'll be good to go.
I'm happy. I'm happy. It looks great, man.
Was it a little bit smoother than the first pour?
Oh, it was so much smoother than the first pour. So much smoother.
I'm not going to lie to you. I've had a few first pours way back in the day, and they were not like you. So it takes years and years of experience to get everything just right. So if you guys missed it in the first video, I mentioned that you watched some of my videos and tried to tackle this yourself.
Yep.
And you actually mentioned to me some of the things that maybe I missed or left out accidentally. So I tried to cover a little bit of that on this one. So the next Jason has a better chance. So
just call Mike. Just call Dirt Perfect. Have Dirt Perfect do it for you.
But Jason, appreciate it. It's been a pleasure working for you, and hopefully you're good to go. I think your frame will be happy with that. So
I like it. I like it. Thank you.
Guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and we'll catch you on the next one. Tell them bye.
See you next time.